And when I started to really dig into it, I was like, wow, that's kind of weird because, you think of tight ends, send the tight end up the seam, especially in the red zone. Yeah, I think last year with Theo Johnson, the coaches just kind of threw everything at him, and it was a sink or swim type of situation. And if you recall, in the beginning, he was sinking a little bit, but then he kind of got his footing underneath him, and he started to swim, and he started to see a bigger role, not just as a blocker, but also in the passing game. And then he had the injury. So, Theo Johnson, he's very athletic. That big body does a great job of shielding the ball and getting between the ball and defenders. He can pick up the yards after the catch. I think that's kind of why he moved a little bit ahead of Daniel Bellinger, because Bellinger doesn't quite have the same level of athleticism. So I think, you get a healthy Theo Johnson get through the entire year. Maybe that's a little wrinkle that they add back to the offense. I mean, I don't have, I know I wrote it down somewhere on my desk here. I wrote down the receivers and what they did on third downs. I didn't get into the really deep details, but yeah, that's that kind of, was an eye opener for me as well. When I was going through, the internet for story ideas. And when I started to really dig into it, I was like, wow, that's kind of weird because, you think of tight ends, send the tight end up the seam, especially in the red zone, you want them to be a weapon. And they just, to me, they were underutilized last year. And that could be because Theo Johnson, they were trying to, roam into on the job training and expedite that. And then, of course, you had the injury.